I'm alive, I do or die. I'm alive, do or die. I'm alive, I do or die. My mind's stretched out on the canopy. My dreams getting bigger than you and me. I'm alive, I do or die. Taking the lead, now I'll never agree. My dreams getting bigger than you and me. I do or die. My mind's stretched out on the canopy. My dreams getting bigger than you and me. I'm alive, I do or die. Taking the lead, now I'll never agree. My dreams getting bigger than you and me.
Yo, what is happening, people? Welcome back to the Sean Atwood channel. We're live at Rook Daily. Hope you're all doing super good today. Well, we have not only got the wonderful Queenie in Discord. Can you hear me, Queenie?
Yes, I can, Ron. I can.
Oh, can you all confirm in the side chat that you can hear Queenie, please? I just need confirmation that she's coming through loud and clear.
I hope I am.
You should be, yeah. You should be coming through loud and clear. Yes. Hell yeah. All right. So we are just revamping a bunch of stuff on Discord. Okay. We are on there is the wonderful Murph. How are you, Murph? He's got his mic off. Brilliant. Smashed it, mate. So, well, Murph figures out his.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was off.
It's all right, mate. Welcome, mate. So, we've got a few other people that will be joining us today. But before we do that, I'm just gonna, while we're doing our little chats this morning, I'm just gonna stick up this chaos, which is the live coverage of the LA fires, the California fires. Sorry, it's just kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie. So we're diving into a Simon Cowell situation today, and I just want to make clear everything we're talking about here, the majority of it anyway, is allegedly when it comes to Simon Cowell. We're going to hear some podcast clips, and we're going to look at some news reports, and we're going to look at some other accusations, band members, groups that he's been involved with. It just doesn't look good. All right. But it's all just us having a discussion on the internet right now. Okay. I mean, we're almost at the point where we need to start. What time does Sean's movie? Oh, it's Sean's. That's right. I don't know. I'll find out. But we need to find someone on Discord who has got the app for that, because we need to be watching that.
HBO Max, isn't it, tonight? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah. Maggie, you can come and join us when you're ready as well. And yeah.
Ron, can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you still.
Okay, cool. Because I wanted to look on YouTube to see the comments. So I'm wondering if I could go over.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Oh, sweet.
All right.
See,
hello everyone. They're saying Happy New Year and stuff to me. Hi, hello, hi.
Yeah, the wonderful Queenie has
Hey,
returned.
Queenie.
Hello, Murph. How are you?
I'm good, my love.
Lovely.
So I hope everyone's doing well. Like I say, we're kicking off the new year here. We're live with Beverly Rhodes tonight. We're also live with Tommy. And then I do believe after that, we've got another one of our fantastic Shane and friends. It may be combined into one show, Tommy and Shane tonight. But I'm excited. And I finally got almost got confirmation for a guest called Matt. And Matt has got a story about one of the dog men, the wolf men of America. He's done the podcast rounds, and he's going to be joining us for one of our episodes of Sci Paranormal. Stone Circle investigates, cryptids. So get ready for that. If you were here yesterday, you'll know that I purchased a REM pod, a new spirit box, some EMF meters, some cat balls, a whole bunch of stuff. So we're going to be playing around with some new paranormal content, some that will be based in a house, looking at equipment, playing around with it, seeing what sort of results we can get. But then I would very much like to journey back to Greyfriars Kirk, where my equipment was thrown and all the rest of it. Now, I just want to say a big shout out to Danny Henderson and a big thank you to Danny Henderson. I'm doing an interview with Danny on Monday for her channel, all about my paranormal past, the work I've done with the dark web and all this kind of stuff. It's going to be awesome. And a second big thank you to Danny for a little gift she sent me today, which was a ticket to her. I can't remember what it's called, so forgive me. But do you remember the video of Danny in the field with the UFOs? It's the next one of that. So I'm so honored and so, just taken aback at the generosity. So I'm just amazing. Also, Beverly, the wonderful Beverly Rhodes. We are back tonight with Awaken with Beverly Rhodes, her and myself. And we do have a fantastic guest who, of course, I can't remember the last name of. Hang on a second. Where are we? There we go. Daria Aziz. That was it. I'm a nightmare. So tune in for that for Past Life Regressions. It's going to be awesome. And we do have a second show on a Sunday that we've just got to get up and pieced it together for you wonderful people. And yeah, also, the super chats from last time that people have emailed me. It'll be happening. We'll get some of them done tonight. We'll get Soul Therapy with Lady D. I have only a small channel. Let's have a look at your channel. Let's go have a look at your channel, Lady D. Where was it? Soul Therapy channel. Is that what that said? Yes, it did. Found you. Subscribed.
Good evening, Soul Tribe family.
Okay. Let's put you on the spot here. Okay, here we go. One of our community members, Soul Therapy with Lady D, psychic, intuitive tarot card reader, channeler.
Ron, is it just me, or is
Oh.
your mic going in and out?
Oh, hello.
Is my mic okay? Everyone in the side chat, let me know. It might just be Murph. Oh, Murph's gone. It was definitely Murph. Subscribe with notifications on. And yeah, hell yeah. Let's go and show some support to some of our community members. I'll slap that in here. And yeah, awesome. Okay. So fires and that, not really that cool. Queenie, you seen any of the fire coverage that's been going on with California?
Well, I was watching Lionel, the one that always comes on
Yeah.
here, the gentleman, yeah.
Yeah.
He's so funny. He is
Yeah.
the funniest thing ever. Yeah, I've been watching a bit of his stuff actually today. And yeah,
Yeah, good.
it's terrible. It's just like Maui. It's exactly like Maui. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second. I can address this now. Just to let everyone know, I'm moving on to the main topic in about 4 to 5 minutes. It really, really helps with the algorithm if we're sort of safe, shall we say, on the content to begin with. So that's why we're just having a little chat.
I'm just a little bit worried. Are they hearing me properly?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It was Murph that had the
Okay,
problem. Murph asked if the mic
okay,
was
oh.
okay, and then subsequently
Okay.
dropped off. So I imagine it was a Murph issue and not an us issue. So yeah,
Okay,
but Murph, are you
okay.
back? Are you there?
Am I back now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're back, bro. You're
Oh,
back.
cool. Okay, cool.
So Murph, this is the first time I think we've been on a stream. Certainly
It
on a
is.
daily.
It is. Yeah, loving it,
Do you
mate.
Do you want to just introduce yourself to the fine people that
Yeah,
are?
yeah. I'm Murph. I'm just a plain old guy. I'm just a mod, a friend of Ron's and Queenie's, and I mod for several people, and yeah, and I've just recently started getting up on panels and stuff. So,
Yeah, man, spread your wings.
sorry.
I'm saying spreading your wings a little bit, getting involved.
Yeah. I like to get involved because I've got my own opinions, and the thing is, the reason why I like to do it is because we might all differ on opinions and stuff, but we all remain friends and family at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So it's like it doesn't matter if we differ on opinions because we're still like-minded people. We just want to get to the truth, and that's what it's all about. It's all about getting to the truth of things.
No, I agree. And what better place to be scratching away at the label of conspiracy than here. So yeah, good to have you, Murph. And Murph brought up a couple of good points that we're going to talk about when we get to the end of Ron's basically PowerPoint presentation today. And I just want to say, if anyone is in Discord and would like the chance to come and join the show, if you can join either the members room or general VC and just wait there, and I'll periodically drag people in and see what sort of train wreck we can create from this. Right. Okay, enough. Let's dive into this. So there was an interview done on the John Cooper show. Hang on a second. Let's bring this up. The John Cooper show. And I will obviously share his link as well. And he had an interview right here. And the gentleman in it, right, who's honestly, let's not worry about Ron remembering names right now. He has been clipped and reacted to for this section of the interview here. And we're going to watch it, right? Because I want you all to hear what's being said, and I want it to be made clear that we're discussing the opinions of this individual. Okay, Gavin Bain, right? Gavin Bain. There we go. These are his words. This is his experience. This is his story. And I just want to make that clear. That is what we're going to be discussing, is the allegations that have been brought up here. Simon Cowell's buffet exposed. So let's watch along. I'm going to play the first few seconds, and then I'm going to ask you all if the sound's okay, and then we'll put it back. We'll put it back to the beginning. All right. So let me just know the sound's okay. Let me play this wee bit.
It was an after party, but again, it was at Stringfellows. And these music parties are at.
Is the sound okay there?
Yes, I can hear it very well.
Okay, awesome. Side chat, just let me know. Also, as well, yeah, the Discord is closed currently, but we are reopening it, and
Yeah, I can hear it.
there's a bunch of people who we all know from the side chat who are, wanting to be part of the community, which is no problem. But we're slapping major security restrictions on everything. So I'm just letting you know. All right, so let's jump into this. And again, this is Simon Cowell's buffet exposed. This is the clip from the John Cooper show featuring Gavin Bain. Let's have a listen.
There was an event that we were going to the one time. It was an after party, but again, it was at Stringfellows. And these music parties are at strip joints. Why? Is there because there's a way of hiding things and
hidden rooms?
Yeah. And so I went in and I kind of like got trapped up because I hadn't eaten all day, so I went and got a Subway.
All right, so I take it the echo's back. All right, so just everybody give me a second. Tell me if you can still hear it now.
And then I saw my dudes were like waiting to go in, and I ran across the road, and they'd gone in. I was like, oh, I'm with them, and then I had to show like an invitation type thing that we had, and they let me in. But then I didn't see the dudes I went with, but I saw this guy from a record company. He actually was at Island Records, one of the first people I met at Island Records. He was a really cool dude. And I saw him, and he went in. So I thought, well, he's obviously here as well. So I ran after him. I was like, hey, dude, I'm gonna say his name there. But I ran after him. He was like, he looked at me like, it was weird. He was shocked that I was there, and I was just like, what? Like, why are you shocked? And he was just like, oh, right. So he's like, who are you here with and stuff? And I was like, I explained to him, and he's like, they're here? And I was just like, what is the deal? Like, what are you doing? You know, so we went in this room and he was like, you're gonna go to the buffet? And I'm like, why would I want to eat? Well, why would I want to eat right now? I'm like, I'm in party mode. I'm looking for my friend. Like, let's get drunk. Like, have a laugh, you know. And he was just like, all right. And he was going in, and I was following him. He was just so weirded out. And I went in, and I'm looking around, and there's all these guys over here, and there's some people young dudes who I've seen on the road, you know, guitar techs or people who are trying to get in the industry, like young, who they're just trying whatever it can to get in the industry, and you see them out on the road, right? And I see one guy, and I'm thinking, like, I swear this dude's like not. I'm sure he's underage, and he's not old enough to be in. Because when I've seen him on the road, he's not allowed to drink and stuff.
Yeah.
But weirded out, right? But he wanted to be a singer. He wanted to be get a record deal and all that stuff. And anyway, so I see him, and then like I see a few other people, just like singers that were at shows, like that kind of scene, that kind of industry showcase scene.
Yeah.
You know, and so. But then I see, like, over in this other area. So there's basically what I'm saying is there's kind of industry people, there's people who are trying to make it, and then there is this other vibe, right? And it was like, what is going on here? Because I look over here, and there's like young people, like young dudes and young girls.
We're talking under.
Yes, we're talking like 14,
right.
Maybe even as early as like 13,
right,
14, and it wasn't just a music thing, because I was seeing people who I knew were involved in film and TV at an executive level, so not small people, like people who were at companies like ITN, not ITN. They were at what's it called? One of the big companies used to do a lot of stuff with ITV. Not ITN, another company.
Yeah.
Endemol, actually, they're called.
I used to work for Endemol.
Endemol. So I see a guy who I know is an executive.
I used to work in Shepherd's Bush, Endemol, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see a guy who I know is an executive there.
Right.
And I know he's at the company. I'd kind of been in, when we had to do meetings with them, I'd seen this guy there. So I recognized him. So I was like, all right. I was like, so this is like a film thing. What's going on? You know, and that hits me. I'm like, but I'm in a strip club. Like, what is the deal here? And also, like, the clothes that the girls were wearing, some girls were in like very see-through type stuff. You could just see their breasts, you know, like, it was just a bit like, oh, you know. And then I kind of look over the guy who was looking at me the whole time, and I look at him, and I'm just like, and he kind of looks at me as if you weren't invited here. And he kind of realizes, like, you shouldn't be here, you know. And he just like says that to me. He's like, you shouldn't be here, you know. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Was this like was this like the whole of Stringfellows? Was this like a side compartment of it?
Like
you followed him to the
I went to left. Then my friends had all gone just straight into like the normal open
street. You went
and he went left, so I just followed him. And that's now the whole conversation he had made sense to me. He's like, he was asking, how did I get invited to this? This is not for, you know. But he was thinking, like, oh, so brains must, like, these guys must be really like hooked up with people.
Yeah.
And so I was really freaked out about it, and I kind of like left, but I did just remember seeing certain people that not only that I kind of knew that they were part of, you know, like they were like big agents and stuff like that.
But you didn't see any sort of celebrities?
No, not celebrities, but I saw people who I'd come to see on TV shows. Like when there was a TV show about a big artist's career or whatever, and you see this guy, and it's like, oh, this guy is one of the biggest managers in music, or this guy is actually, you know, someone like Max Clifford. And I was like, oh, I remember seeing Max Clifford there, you know, like, and it turned out it was Max Clifford and Simon Cowell's regular do.
So Simon Cowell was there?
It was their thing. It was
so they set it up?
I never saw Simon Cowell, but it was his thing. It was Simon Cowell and Max Clifford's do. It was called The Buffet.
Oh my God.
All right. Now, let's just, before we all go crazy, we're 100% reaffirming this is all allegations and allegedly. This is not our words. This is what the hell was his name again? Brian. Gavin Bain's story, and we're going to discuss it for the next few minutes. Then we're going to just jump into a couple of points, right? But Queenie, since you've not been here, ladies first. What's your reaction?
Yeah.
What's your reaction to hearing that? And keep in mind, we need to be incredibly careful how we discuss this.
Yeah. What we're witnessing is something that's been going on for so long. It's been known. It's like an open secret,
Mm.
but it's wow. The social media now has like opened up the entire world to so many new things. Um, I don't really like social media to some extent, but it's necessary. So it's like the good and the bad in one. So it's crazy. I'm just like I'm not shocked at this at all because by seeing what's been happening with the higher executive from the states, we have to realize that it's a pandemic. It's something that you have to go through. It's like I don't know. It's weird. I'm lost for words, and I'm not normally a person that lost for words. But wow,
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to agree with you there, if I'm being perfectly honest. Murph, initial knee jerk reaction, and you're muted. Still muted.
maybe maybe his mic's not working properly.
No, he's gone. I think he's there. He is. There we go. Murph, your initial knee jerk reaction to this. Wow, Murph, you want to just join on Discord? All right. Wow, Murph smashing it out of the park. So I think what I think is interesting, right, is at the start of this year.
Yes, it's
Oh, you back, Murph?
well. I think hypothetically, if we're speaking,
Yeah, Murph, you're breaking up
if we're
really, really
speaking
bad.
hypothetically, I think that it would make sense. And I'm not naming any said person, but I'm saying, like, when you've got these major worldwide talent shows where young people end up winning them, and then they are then, you know, not in the way that it might sound, but passed on to somebody else. Do you know what I mean? For their
Sure, yeah.
career, in order for their career to become bigger. So
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think it makes perfect sense, hypothetically, allegedly.
yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so
You know what I'm saying.
yeah, now here's the thing, right? So we've seen a case involving a certain rapper, right, and develop, right? We've heard about parties, and we've spoken to John Wedger, right? And John Wedger has told some interesting stories about people that worship the guy with the horns and the hoofs, okay, and barns, right? And listen, this is a bit of a side quest, but putting the one in the side chat, if anyone remembers John Wedger discussing barns, okay, because it's just a coincidence, and of course, if you were indulging in parties and indulging in creepy things, what better way than build your own barn? Simon Cowell submits plans for massive party barn that is the size of a new build house to entertain A-list neighbors and family at his £8 million house in the Cotswold farmhouse. Now, again, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying we're looking at some things, and you in the side chat, you are clever enough to put some things together, right?
Yeah, I think that everybody in the side chat's clever enough to put everything together.
Yeah. So we're just talking. We're not making any accusations. We're literally just talking on the internet today, people. We're just talking on the internet. So Simon Cowell is building an extension of the Cotswolds house. The farmers have a massive new barn for entertaining A-list and family. I mean, it's not a good. I mean that after what's going on in the Didosphere, right? It's kind of up there with like buying an island right now for celebrities, building secret little party shacks. Allegedly, I'm just saying. Now, one of the other things, or one of the other people that was mentioned in that video you watched was Max Clifford. And Max Clifford, who is no longer with us, let me just read you some history on Max Clifford here. Max Clifford's conviction for sex offences has been upheld in a court of appeal more than a year after the disgraced celebrity publicist died in prison. The high-profile PR man was jailed for 8 years in May 2014 after being convicted of a string of against 4 victims between 1977 and 1984. Following an excavation by Metropolitan Police, Operation U-Tree, he died in prison at 74 in 2017. But his daughter Louise took the unusual decision to continue a legal appeal in an attempt to after his death, clear his name. Clifford, who was known for his role in selling tabloid kiss and tell stories and helping launch a public career of Simon Cowell, denied until his death that he had essayed a young woman. He had been branded his accusers fantasists, laughing in court at some of the claims. But he was found guilty of 8 offenses against women and girls as young as 15. Okay, so close friend, right? Oh, I mean, I would dare to say mentor, right? Shall we dare to say mentor on this?
Yeah,
you know,
I think that's fair.
You know, so what else is Simon Cowell's friends is like? Okay, did you know that Simon Cowell paid 50,000 out of 150,000 of bail money for disgraced and convicted PDF DJ Jonathan King when he was first arrested? They always protect their own. I am a patient P word. I am Jonathan King 73. I've never lost his DJ swagger despite the string of SA situations. So these are all news headlines. Okay, these are not my opinions. This is legitimately just what is being covered in the news, and it seems a bit wild. And that's not where we're stopping. Okay, so we've heard this testimony from Gavin. We've looked at 2 individuals that surround Simon Cowell, one from almost a mentor point of view, one from an alleged friend point of view, where there is some pretty unsightly charges that have been brought against these people. And you then have to look at the industry in which Simon works, of course, the music industry, right? You then have to look at the success of some of the bands, One Direction, I do believe Pussycat Dolls, I can't remember. WADS, right?
Robson and Jerome.
And we have to look at the weight of sort of damage that's come from a lot of this. And obviously we know about Liam Payne, right? That's the big name in all of this. And we're going to get to Liam Payne. We are going to get to Liam Payne's story arc in this. But before we do, I thought we could go on a journey, right? A journey to just for all the tinfoil hatters out there, just for you guys, we're going to go on a little journey. And I'm not saying anything about how anyone looks, but we're going to go through a journey through time here, people. Obviously, we're starting off with a very young and handsome-looking Simon Cowell, and we go through the eras here. This was definitely these 2 pictures here, hang on, are definitely round about the pop idol, the first ever pop idol era, right? And as we continue through time, this is how I kind of remember Simon down here, right? This one here, these 2 here. Yeah, that's kind of how you imagine Simon in your brain. But let's continue. Something is happening with this guy, right? Because here's where we're at now. Okay, and this was a social media post that was put up and got such traction that it was covered by various news outlets. So let's hear what the nation has to say about Mr. Cowell and his appearance.
Now the social media post that has people asking, is that really Simon Cowell?
Something sure looks different about Simon Cowell in a new video promoting Britain's Got Talent.
I always say on this show, 2 or 3 minutes can change your life. And it has. And maybe this time it's going to be you.
Fans were quick to point out his smoothed out complexion and bleach whitened teeth. Social media is going bonkers. Holy moly, I nearly didn't recognize him. Simon, is that you? And Will Smith was all smiles as he returned to
Was he? No one cares, right? But do you see what I'm saying, right? So we're looking at probably some work done, obviously, but I mean, in the
Or a swap.
yeah, listen, okay. If we want to go full tinfoil hat, right? It does look a lot like if you ordered Simon Cowell off Wish.com, right?
Timu.
Right? Like, look at this.
Oh,
Look at this. This is straight up
Oh.
when you order like a plushie off of Wish, and you're like, do you know, I'm gonna buy a little lead filled allegedly. If you haven't, I just want to say, if you are one of these people, right? And I'm not shaming anyone, but if you're one of these people that loves a bit of Timu, right? Go on to YouTube and just take 10 minutes out of your day and type in Timu and lead, okay? And that's all I'm going to say. And I just want to say, that's not my opinion. I'm not saying anything bad about Timu, okay? Okay.
It looks like when you go to one of those cheaper versions of Madame Two Swords. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yes,
really bad images.
Yeah, Stevie Mitchell's West Yorkshire Wax House.
Oi, I live in West Yorkshire.
Listen, mate, I was just letting you know I know where you are, Murph. All right, I'm just letting you know. But it's kind of wild. I mean, I'm not saying that you don't get work done, anything like that. But where's his freaking like bit of his face from here? Like, what's going on with the eyes? Like, I mean, it's just it's a bit mad, right? That's all I'm saying.
Honestly, it doesn't look anything like him anymore. Like literally, the eyes are so different. Like, oh my goodness.
I mean, fair play for him for getting his neck back, because I don't know what was going on here. I mean, look at his neck here, right? He looks like a thumb in this picture, and then we scroll down, and over time, it's like watching someone get a waistline back. But I mean, the neck is the waist of the head. Let's be honest, and the eyes are the testicles of the face. Remember this, and Matt, right? So we'll continue on now. In fact, before we do that, okay, I just want to reiterate again, I'm not poking fun about how Simon Cowell looks. We are just discussing a very interesting progression in his own image that, obviously he's in the public eye. It's not like he's tried to. What is going on there? That is this Alec Baldwin era. Look at this. Whoa. That's mad. He kind of looks a little bit like the very, very older brother of this version of Simon Cowell. Oh, it's wild, man. The teeth, though, the teeth are on point. Like, what? Look at those. Those are some pearly whites. Anyway, so you can see this odd progression, whether you can call it surgeries, whether we talk about.
Do you want to know a fun fact?
Do I want to know a fun fact? Of course, I'm all about the fun facts. Murph, are you okay? I feel like your mic's either going quiet and you think that you are talking, or you're just not.
I think you need to go on.
Out. I'm going to go out and Discord.
Yeah, Murph's the new Queenie. All right, everyone point and laugh at Murph. Can't get his phone to work. Murph, do you want to jump into Discord and see if you sound any better?
Yeah, cool. I'll do that now.
What my phone sound like then?
Oh no, you sounded way worse, Queenie. You sounded like Queenie. You kind of sounded a lot like this. Hang on, you sounded a bit like this. You were a bit robot-y. This is what you sounded like, Queenie. That's what you sounded like. It was not fun.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. And it was annoying because you'd get the first bit of your point that you were making, and you would all get sucked in, and then you would just go underwater for the last half. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now, Murph. Let me just adjust your volume a little bit. Try that. Say count to 5 for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right, tidy. Okay, so let's just have a little chat where we're up to. We have this confession, or we have this podcast interview where we hear this alleged story of Stringfellows nightclub, first of all, which, for those of you who don't know, is a very big, quite famous, quite bougie gentleman's dancing lady establishment. This guy goes in, his friends go one way, he follows another guy that he recognizes from the industry a different way, and subsequently gets told, why are you here? Are you coming to the buffet? All of this stuff. And you know, you heard him explain that how he thought it was weird at the time, but it never really clicked what was going on. Then he sees what he declares and allegedly Yep. Sorry about that. I just knocked the
To you, Queenie.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, side chat. Can you hear me very
No,
well?
no, we're good. We're
Something's
good.
going
No,
on
Ron,
here.
Ron disconnected. All right, Ron is now back.
All right.
Right.
All
I
right.
thought it was me again.
Yeah, no, I turned around and then I like right here, right? Okay, this thing attached to the mic stand is my like super like intrusive Wi-Fi, wireless Wi-Fi or freaking Wi-Fi antenna, and I just slapped it off. So hey, it's okay, we're good. Simon did not get us, but just to confirm, Discord, you guys are back too, right?
Yeah, if people can hear me, I'm still here.
Yeah, I think we can all hear everybody. Okay, that's good. We are professional. We got this, Diana. We got this. All right. So we had got up to the fact that there was allegedly 13 and 14-year-olds wearing see-through outfits where parts of their body could be seen, allegedly. And it's quite a shocking thing to hear. It's very much one of those things that I will say is, why now? Why are we hearing about this now? Why didn't we hear about this years ago? Maybe we did. But Ron, if somebody spoke about this years ago, surely we would all know about it, right? It wouldn't have been suppressed. Well, let's talk about another occasion, right? The Pussycat Dolls. And this has come from Kaya Jones. Now, she was a member of the Pussycat Dolls right up until the point where they were about to get their deal. Like, we're talking, she turned down, I think it was I don't know, maybe a $10 million, was it $10 million deal they got? I can't remember, but it was a huge deal. And she walked away from it. And that is what she is quoted as saying, that the Pussycat Dolls are actually these two things you're seeing on the screen here. And allegedly what she was saying was that they were moved from one place to another, transported from one place to another, and were used as tools for celebrities. Various activities. Thank you. Let's have a read of this. And I just want to point this out. This was a while ago. All right. So here we go. Add Kaya Jones to the growing list of women who are raising their voices against this of women in the entertainment industry. Jones, a former member of the Pussycat Dolls, let loose in explosive allegations over the weekend, saying that the girl group was actually one of these. My truth is, I wasn't in a girl group. I was in one of these. Oh, and we happened to sing and be famous. Well, everyone who owned us made the dollars. Jones, who left the group in 2005, tweeted on Friday. How bad was it? People asked, bad enough that I walked away from my dream bandmates and $13 million record deal. We knew that we were going to go to number one, and the musician added. Jones appeared to call out the Pussycat Dolls boss, Robin Aiton, and directly, writing, Robin and the record label made all the money. We, the Pussycat Dolls, were paid $500 a week while we were being aid and used. It's a fact. Jones encouraged her former colleagues to come forward, tweeting to the Dolls that stayed an artist I've worked around who knew and know the truth to speak up. When the truth is shown, we'll be on the right side of history. Now, let me just confirm something. There you go. This is October 16th, 2017. When did we hear about this? When the Didosphere opened up and the Didosphere became the center of the news world, this story came back into light. What does it have to do with Mr. Cowell? Well, here's the thing. there was a response from how do I pronounce this girl's name? It's Nicole Scherzinger, right? And Nicole Scherzinger, right? Rather than given no, that's not what's happened. That is not what happened. Her response was very much what I imagine calling a very high-end escort P word for that word there. Calling them that P word for a person who goes out into the street. It was almost like she was offended by the P word and nothing else. Allegedly, that's just how I've interpreted how the news reported on it. So we have a connection to Simon Cowell through her being a judge on X Factor or Britain's Got Talent. It was one of these shows. And she had a long sort of lineage with Simon Cowell and being connected there. It's a bit interesting. Now, as far as contestants go, we've got a few more stories. All right. And one of them is Katie Weasel. She's just done an interview on another YouTube channel all about her situation, what she went through. But again, this is from 2001. Let's have a little read of what Katie's experience was like. In fact, give me a second just to...
Ron, can I just, whilst you're just looking that up, can I just say something about Katie Weasel?
Yeah, of course.
Because she went on Piers Morgan a couple of months back, and spoke about it, and she's actually so I don't need to say allegedly, because she's actually currently taking Psycho to court, which is Simon record label.
Do you want to just expand a little bit on that? Because I was moving up to we're just going to read through, but this is like I say, I just wanted to point out how old her speaking out about this is. But do you want to just talk a little bit about or do you want to maybe pull something up, and I'll give you a minute to pull something up, or do you want me to pull it up?
Yeah, I can. I can try and pull something up for you. But yeah, she definitely said that she's currently in court, trying to take Psycho Records to sue them because of the way that she was treated, and the reason why she didn't get a record deal is because she wasn't willing to do what they wanted her to do, and. She didn't elaborate on what that is, but I'm guessing that's because she's in court and she can't speak about it.
Interesting.
So I don't know. I've not seen the interview that you're talking about, but I'll try and look for the one that I'm talking about.
It's very easy to find. It's a creator who I've not seen eye to eye with over the years, so I'm not going to say their name, but it's a black and white. It looks like a black and white Zoom call, two people either side, and it was a good job. So,
okay.
Let's just have a look at a little bit more of a modern. Well, no, I wouldn't say modern. We're still in 2003. Katie Weasel retrains in lawsuit sue Simon Cowell after X Factor ruined her life. The X Factor star Katie Weasel says that she has trained in law so she can sue Simon Cowell's firm Psycho Entertainment. Katie was a contestant in the most watched series on ITV show in 2010 and became the most hated contestant, with death threats sparking panic attacks and suicidal thoughts. Now 36, the mum of one has retrained in law and claims that she's going to sue Psycho for breach of duty of care during her time on the show. Katie studied on the postgraduate law course at DPP University in London after winning a scholarship and completed the course remotely while her 4-year-old son Hudson was at nursery. She is now qualified to work as paralegal and start vocational training to become a solicitor and barrister. Do you know, it's insane, right? That I bet she looked for a lawyer, right? I bet she looked for a lawyer. Yeah. I bet she shopped around for days. And I bet the first day when she hit the street, she was like, oh, this is so juicy. Someone's going to snatch this up and they wouldn't want to be the lawyer. But we're at a point now where this woman has had to go and become the lawyer, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And there's also the other contestant as well who got to the semi-finals, and it's years later came out and said that she had to leave. She just left the competition.
Okay.
And we found out later that she'd been hard.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I mean,
God.
allegedly. I mean, it's not allegedly, because we've not got names or anything.
Well, no, it's not allegedly because she took them to court.
But because we don't know the name of her, we're being very broad with.
Oh,
all
I
of
can
that.
find the name if you want me to, mate.
Grab me an actual news report, mate, and then fire it over, and we'll look into that.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Yeah, we'll just play it overly safe.
Yeah, cool.
Now, here's the thing, right? But Ron, can we actually place Simon Cowell at these locations? Now, listen, I'm not saying there's anything out there from 12 years ago that would possibly point towards Simon Cowell even being connected to Stringfellows. Okay, I'm not saying in any way whatsoever, okay, that Simon Cowell has any sort of history, right, with sassy adult shenanigans. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just showing you some headlines. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just showing you some headlines.
It's on your DM in Discord, mate.
Good lad. Right.
No, so it's her name's Lucy Spraggan.
Okay.
And allegedly it was by one of the I think it was a hotel porter or something.
Okay.
But that's allegedly, we don't know. We don't know. They can make up what they want to make up.
Of course.
You know, if you find an NDA or something like that, then
yeah.
we don't know. But it just so happens that it was in a hotel that she was being put in. She was put in by the X Factor.
Yeah, and here is exactly that right here. Lucy Spraggan, former X Factor star, reveals essay during filming. Former X Factor contestant Lucy Spraggan revealed that she was hard in a hotel port during the production. Yeah, that is absolutely horrendous. Yeah.
Moment, someone's on.
Again, she was a semi-finalist. She didn't want to do what they wanted her to do. She wanted to do her own music.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. We're just showing some head. We're just looking at stuff, guys. I'm not saying anything here. I'm not saying nothing. Okay. Simon Cowell breaks silence on SA scandal and claims he was put in situations when starting out in the music industry. Maybe Simon's a victim. Music industry heavyweight has weighed in on the ongoing SA scandal that has blown Hollywood apart. The X-File judge addressed the allegations of R and SH against some of the entertainment industry's biggest names, including disgraced music producer Harvey Weinstein. He made some shocking revelations of his own and attended the Music Industry Trust Awards. Look, I've grown up in the music business. I'm 58. Yeah, I'm a 58-year-old music mogul. I'm 58. I've grown up in the music industry. The 58-year-old music mogul said. He added, even as a kid, I was put in situations when I was first working. You know, it's not very nice. It's not very nice business. I want you all to start taking note now of the younger stories, the younger people, and how we have this situation. Okay, I seen things. I was in situations. Okay, it's a very, very important word. In the past few weeks, the top actors, including Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie, Anthony Rapp, have come forward with their accounts of exposing some of the biggest names in Hollywood. And Simon hopes that there are more people speak out, the more chance of leading to change in the industry. Okay, so when someone says we need change in the industry, like you expect it to be, you know, a carbon footprint, right? Or making the world a better place, or, you know, I don't know, like putting in ramps for not the homeless, the people that wheelchair folk, you know what I'm saying? Modernizing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
But when we're talking about just SA allegedly and things like this that are just rife, and people are like, well, you know, situations when I was younger, I hope something happens that changes it. Okay.
But do you not think though, Ron? Do you not think that when this all comes crashing down, right, that they're just going to take a break and then just rebuild it in a different way?
Yeah, I mean, allegedly, if there is anything to bring down, Murph, okay, I'm just saying we're not saying there's anything to bring down here. We're just looking at headlines and talking about some things and letting the side chat do their things. Okay.
Yeah, of course, it's all allegedly.
Of
you know,
course.
it says at the bottom of the screen. You know, it's all allegedly. But I'm saying, if there is a house of cards, You can't just take the cards off the top.
Correct.
You know, because it's like an upside down triangle. Do you know what I mean? It's like you need to take the cards from the bottom.
Yeah. Oh,
make it all down, allegedly.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just do a quick recap. All right. So we have this guy. He tells his story. Stringfellows. We've seen a news headline connecting Simon Cowell to Stringfellows. This event took place and it was called the Buffet. It was being held by Simon Cowell and Max Clifford, allegedly. You've seen the charge sheets and the reports on Max Clifford. He's passed away now. Victims as young as 15 years old over many, many years. He was then escorted into a section where, in his opinion, he allegedly seen 13 and 14-year-olds wearing inappropriate clothing, and then continued to have an odd conversation with a man who told him, "Why are you here?" It all fell into place. It sounds very much like, not with the 13 or 14-year-olds, but very much like that scene in Eyes Wide Shut when all the people in the masks clock on that old tomboy shouldn't be there. So we've got the connection to Matt Clifford. We've seen the headlines of DJ King, who obviously horrific crimes and a history of not being a good person to children. We then move into the contestants and the bands that are associated or have members associated with the Pussycat Dolls. You heard how former members expressed their concerns about the band. We then go into Katie Weisel, who has had such an ordeal. She's had to become her own lawyer, even to have a chance of taking this to court, which is her ongoing struggle, I do believe, against Psycho Entertainment that Murph had pointed out. We've seen headlines that would support an outgoing and extravagant adult lifestyle within the world of Mr. Cowell, and some of this is through his own interviews and rumors, but again, all allegedly. All allegedly. But it seems very odd. It seems very odd that we were starting to see a pile form here, and allegations and stories and rumors and allegedlys.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've just got to also, I mean, factor in people like Britney Spears and people like that, you know, and
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're all connected.
Yeah,
they're all part of Psycho Records. Is part of Sony, or was part of Sony.
Yeah,
and she was signed to Sony.
Yeah.
So, and that's not even allegedly. I don't have to say allegedly there because that's fact. But what I will say allegedly is that she had direct communication with Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
Because she was one of the judges on America's Got Talent, or the X Factor. Sorry.
Yeah.
American X.
Yeah, that's very true. Now, it's interesting that you bring up other countries, right? And this was a video that Murph had shown me, and we're going to skip past his singing, right? And if this is not in the final edit, it's because it got copyright claimed. All right, but I'll show you the video. It's Blind Audition, Jack Widgeon, Hello, The Voice Australia 2019. Now,
do you want me to explain what it is before you show it, Ron?
Well, do you know, I tell you what, give the pretext about the 5 years and the Didosphere and how it ties in with that, and then we'll dive into it, Murph. So Murph's going to just explain some context here.
Right. So Jack Widgeon won Australia's Got Talent when he was 14 years old. Okay, and if you go back and look at that, you'll see that he looks very, very different. But then he won when he was 14 years old. He released a couple of albums, and then he got shipped off to America for a year by himself when he was 16. Which means that his parents must have given guardianship to somebody. Now we don't know who that is, and this is all speculation. But in the original Diddy file, there is a young person who has come forward and said that they gave up their music career for 5 years because of what they'd experienced.
Yeah.
Whilst being with Diddy.
Okay. So
and this is what I found.
Okay. So just to give you the cliff notes, young man wins a competition at 14. At 16, heads off to America solo by himself, goes off into the big bad world. and subsequently walks away from his dream for 5 years. And we're going to watch this video now, and you guys tell me what you think you're hearing about here.
We've had some big. Calm down. Do you normally get this reaction when you do perform?
I haven't performed in like 5 years.
Why?
George, he's like very well known here.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very well known. Jack,
Hello. Hello.
that's amazing. I'm just shocked to see you like on stage. I'm so glad to see you and your voice. My gosh.
Seriously though, when they said that we were going to have the biggest voices ever, I didn't know they meant this big. I did not know this was possible.
All right, so I wanted to play this whole interaction because the way that people who recognize this guy react is testament to what he walked away from. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm not just lazily playing through this. I need you to understand that when people come on a competition like this and they're known by the judges, there's a reason for that.
Where have you been these last 5 years?
I stopped singing 5 years ago.
Why?
I think I just burnt out. I just fell out of love with singing. I think that's as simple as
And what
what
about
it was.
now?
Yeah.
What about now?
You know what? It's taken years and years for me to actually want to step on a stage and love it. And that was like the most incredible moment I've had in 5 years.
I'm just wondering what. I'm sorry. I'm nosy. I'm just gonna be nosy, okay? What was it that took you away from music for 5 years?
Winning Australia's Got Talent, any 14-year-old would want that. Like, it was crazy. But I just don't think I knew the effect it was having at the time.
With all of those expectations heaped upon you at 14, like that's hard to swallow. It really is.
Yeah. And when I was about 16, I ended up going over to the States for about a year by myself. And at the time, my goal, I was like, I want to make it in America.
By yourself?
Yeah. I went over there and I just think I hit a lot of roadblocks and I got exposed to a lot of things that I just don't think is great to be exposed to at that age as well. It's really scary to be alone and kind of at rock bottom. I think it was just kind of a snowball effect for me. It was me as well believing everything, all the negative things people were starting to say about me once I became more
Don't let anyone
well-known.
project onto you. You know, you can't let anybody rule that.
So we've heard there about the situations again. We heard Usher talking about things that he's seen as a young individual. We heard Bieber concerned for what's her name?
Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish's well-being. We have to assume this young man could have been exposed to the same level of allegedlys. Okay.
He looks totally different from that person as well. That one. He looks like he want to come out of his own skin. Boy, that's sad.
Yeah.
But also for a 16-year-old to be sent from Australia to America, he must have been under somebody's guardianship.
Well, here's the thing. Can anyone from Australia tell us when you legally become an adult in Australia? You know,
18. I can tell you.
Is it 18? Is it 18? Because I know in the UK at 16 it's just let's go frickin' bananas.
Yeah, but you're still not an adult though, Ron.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, you are. I mean,
you still got.
It's been changed. It's been changed. It was 16. It's been changed a couple of years now. That's the reason why kids have to stay in school until they're 18 now. They have to be doing something.
Is it 18
until
now?
they're
That's
18.
good.
Back then it was 16.
Yeah, age of consent is 16, but 18 is an adult. Okay, I'm with you. That all makes sense. That all makes sense. So, I mean, we have to be careful about what we say. Is there anything more to hear? Is there anything more here in this, Murph?
No, not that I know of. I just found this clip and I thought I saw what you would do, what your thumbnail said today, and I thought you'd like to add it to it because it makes pure sense to me, because the original docket that came out in the Didisphere case said that there was a young male who'd come forward and said that he'd given up music for 5 years because of what had happened to him.
Yeah.
And then I found. So it just, to me, it makes sense, especially factored in that it was on Australia's Got Talent, and we know who owns that.
Right. You want to just tell everyone?
So yeah, it's and just going back to the Queenie, what Queenie said about it's been changed from 16 to 18. No, it's always been 18. 18. Adult has always been 18. Yes, you can get a job at 16, but you're still you're not classed as an adult until you're 18.
Well, I mean, listen. When I was growing up, you got your national insurance at 16. You could join the army at 16. You could get married at 16.
Yes, it was 16.
So
yes.
it must be a recent thing. I mean, I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? But there's one person that we're forgetting in this whole story, and we're going to jump over and just have a sneak peek into what is the updates 9 hours ago. Liam Payne's cause of death confirmed after One Direction star's Buenos Aires hotel balcony fall. Liam Payne's medical cause of death has been confirmed in the UK in an inquest opening as polytrauma. A hearing held on the 17th of December in Buckinghamshire's Coroner's Court was told it may take some time to discern how the 31-year-old pop singer died. 5 people have been charged over over Payne's death after the former One Direction star fell from the 3rd floor balcony in a Casa Sur hotel in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The hotel's manager, receptionist, a friend of Payne have been charged with manslaughter. Argentina's National Crime and Correctional Prosecutions Officer said in a previous statement, they are reported to be hotel manager Gilda Martin, receptionist Esteban Grassi, and Payne's friend Roger Nors. 2 others, hotel employee. Oh, I'm not even going to attempt this one. We're just going to say Person P and waiter Brian Piaz have been charged with supplying the old yayo. The inquest into Payne's death in the UK has been adjourned until a pre-inquest review on the 6th of November. The coroner's court said his medical cause of death was confirmed by Dr. Roberto Victor Cohen as polytrauma, meaning multiple traumatic injuries. Traumatic injuries. Right. Anyway, let's just continue. The hearing was also told that Payne, who was described as a singer and an entertainer during the hearing, was formally identified with the assistance of funeral directors at Buckinghamshire. Senior coroner Crispin Butler said that during the hearing, whilst there is an ongoing investigation in Argentina into the circumstances of Liam's death, over which I have no legal jurisdiction, it is anticipated that procuring the relevant information to address particularly how Liam came by his ending may take some time through the formal channel of Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office. Okay, so fishy, right? I'm not being funny. The whole case with Liam Payne, fishy, odd, very suspect. We then have this tie back to the Didisphere, where he done that interview on the Irish Guy's show, where he talked about meeting Jay-Z and Diddy and the stairs and all of this. And now we have a member of a Simon Cowell group linked within the Didisphere who has come to an untimely ending in a very suspicious way. We now have a litter of stories, of legends, of lawsuits, of podcast interviews, news headings, friendship relationships that all seem to stack up in a big pile of allegedly, that's starting to stink real bad.
Yep.
I want to know what you guys think in the side chat. This is the main. The PowerPoint presentation has come to an end. We're going to have a little bit of an open discussion. I want to know what you guys think in the side chat. If you've enjoyed the first hour of this show, please give me a like. Please give me a share. These, it would really, really help me out. Let me know what you think about the lights in the background. They are freaking awesome. And yeah, let's jump into my wonderful, wonderful panel members and just get a little bit of a reaction. And Queenie, once again, ladies first, take us through
Yeah,
how you
the
feel.
thing that, well, I'm not supposed to use shock, but annoyed me watching that just now with that young guy is
Yeah.
that everyone on the panel is shocked. Oh, what did you go through? Like, they don't know. Oh my
Okay.
God.
That's a really good point. The hypocrisy of the wildly spread.
Yes, it's
the-
like they're putting him through more trauma. He didn't even want to answer because it's like, what the hell are they asking me? Like, really? You guys really want to do this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you put it like
Oh
that,
my God.
yeah, when you put it like that, it's a really good catch, because you have to assume, we have to give some benefit of the doubt. We have to assume that maybe not every member of the panel of that show knew, but I mean, Boy George has got a pretty long history from the 80s up till now, being a DJ, being
Okay.
a singer. You would think that he would definitely be most likely to know some things, but it's
They're
obvious.
just re-traumatizing him right there. I'm telling you.
I mean,
If you looked at him, it's like he's staring at them like he was stuttering. He's like, really? You guys really asking me? Oh no, these people are evil. I'm telling you, they're not of this world.
Yeah.
I literally don't even think that they're human. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, listen, also get smashing the like button, you little rascals. Like, you know, I'm just saying. Push the like button. Do it now. Do it now. Okay, push that like button. I really appreciate it. Let's get this pushing out. We've smashed it today, guys. Yesterday, I'd asked you all to help me really push my little show back out. And we're up at almost 2,000 viewers across all platforms. We're over 1,200 on YouTube. That's all down to you guys being awesome. And a little bit, you know, the awesome thumbnail creation. I'm not going to take credit for that. It's all down to you guys. But it just seems to go on and on and on and on. And we've now got all these ties. Let me ask you a question. Side chat and my wonderful panel. Do you think, now we've got to also understand that the didosphere existed for 25 years. People were outspoken. People had it put right in front of their face. And the narrative being controlled by the people who own the news medias, who also own all of Hollywood, half the world. You know, there's a company that has the word rock in its name that has some pretty nasty fingers pointed at it, allegedly, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying. Seems to own a lot of stuff. And I just feel the way that all this is starting to go, do you think we're going to start seeing more people speaking out with regards to the man in the UK, right? Who have been, you know, we don't need to go any further than that, the man in the UK. Do you think we're going to see more people coming forward? Because we speak about how people feel safe, and we're not even in the same realm as the man in the USA, because he's got a federal case against him. Whereas the man in the UK, this is all just hearsay, right?
Yeah, Ron, even if there's more people to come forward, I personally don't think that it's going to go too far unless there's like some significant evidence because of how the justice system is going here. And another thing is, what we should be looking at is the very bigger picture of what's going on. Why all of a sudden all these things from the state side to here to other places? Why no? I believe that all these things are a psyop to us and a distraction for these people to carry on the other side, what they're doing to take over us. That's what I believe.
How do you feel? Right, obviously you're a lady, a woman, right? We are both men. How does it sit with you that if Katie Weasel's claims are all true, and my theory about her trying to find a lawyer and being denied, how does that make you feel as a woman, right? I mean, let's just whittle it down to that.
Listen,
she had to go and learn to be a lawyer, Queenie, she had to go and
From day
learn.
one, woman, we're not a protected species, are we? We're not. We're
No,
not protected.
but I don't feel like me and Murph can give an insight onto this, because we're talking about a woman who has this lawsuit, and whether or not I'm too stupid and we don't have enough knowledge of the case to know why she had to learn how to be a lawyer herself. Maybe
Because first and foremost, the reason for that, Ron, it's very expensive to get a really good lawyer.
Mhm.
The second thing is they're all ties in to that sector of the law as
Mhm.
well. Most of them are a part of what's going on, so
Mhm.
it's very hard. It's like you're in the pan, the hot pan, and you're jumping straight out into the fire.
Yeah.
So it's a very it's a hard life out there for
Oh,
us women.
the one and
Yeah.
only Black Owl has come to join us. Maggie, you were in the side chat earlier, right? You didn't have a spanner next to your name. Do you usually have a spanner next to your name?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
No,
Yeah,
she doesn't normally on here.
She doesn't
No.
normally on here. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I just wondered if it was a impostor. But Maggie, I don't know if you've been watching the show or if you've been doing your own show or what you've been up to this morning. But we've been.
Oh, I was talking with my mama.
Oh, well, big shout out to Mama Owl. Hope you're doing fantastic. All that good stuff. Now we need to be super careful, right, Maggie? We need to be super careful. You've missed all of the important stuff. You nailed it. But
I
we're
saw the
just,
Simon Cowell thing. Is that something we need to be careful about?
yeah, we were
Lots-
discussing.
please.
Yeah, we were discussing. Hang on. There's a video. Here it is. So we were discussing this video, and then I've laid bare a bunch of headlines that tie Simon Cowell to a bunch of other things. But I guess what would probably be safest for you, Maggie, is if you maybe want to take us through a little bit of the Didosphere news, if you've been up to date with that. I don't know how much you've been paying attention to it deep in the freaking YouTube madness that's been going on. If there's anything you want to comment on there, rather than us taking the risk of things being said, because like I say, we've just been through the Simon stuff. Unless, of course, you've seen the video, Simon Cowell's buffet exposed. Did you see that video?
Yeah,
you did.
I saw.
Okay. So you can now discuss that and your opinion on that based off of you understanding that you're only discussing the words of Gavin Bain. This is not your opinion. This is not our opinion. Once again, to remind everybody where you can find said opinion, the video is on the screen right here. Simon Cowell's buffet exposed, the John Cooper show, and Gavin Bain, who's the man talking about it. Take us through what you're, and also as well, just for extra safety, we've been saying Diddy is Mr. USA and this person is Mr. UK. So just if you want to add a layer of protection, that you can use those words. But take us through your reaction, your thoughts, and take us through it, Maggie.
Yeah, so when I was looking at the video about Mr. UK, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably extremely possible that Mr. UK was really involved with that little buffet of younger people dressed inappropriately. So I know that Mr. UK at this point is probably like he was there in the industry from a young age, and anyone that was there from 20s, etc., they probably know how that environment work. So I wouldn't be surprised that Mr. UK is actually really involved with a lot of buffet all over the world.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? It's the opinion of this one guy, right?
Yeah.
But we've looked at so many links that don't look good. Some of them are the people he's associated with and all the rest. But what I'm going to do is, I think it's a good time to we've had quite a lot of questions. And I think Maggie, we've got Queenie and Murph here. Also, Queenie and Murph are here. Just so you know, we've got our Discord server set up.
Hi, hello.
So let's jump into some of these questions, right? So here was the first one from Cause and Effect. Ron, it seems that more and more stories are dropping about Skip Bayless allegedly offering a sizable amount of money for a behind the closed door Door Time, your thoughts. I have no idea, and I have no thoughts on that.
Who is Skip Bayless? Is that the nickname?
I don't know. Cause and effect. Redo your question. We'll circle back to you. Most of them do Orphic ritual. That's how you get in. Thank you very much for the super chat.
I think Orphic.
Yeah. Can you look at this interview when you can? Vuk Janovic, Mark Phillies, and Kathy O'Brien. See, okay, yeah, we can definitely look into that. Didn't SC Mr. UK come back with seven in his and he said lost it all and had to live with his mum. Then all of a sudden he was loaded and started Paw Pile. Oh, that's interesting. That is an interesting opinion. Not necessarily the channel or any of the people on it, but I respect your ability to have free speech, Pearl, and I appreciate your thoughts. Deborah, thank you very much for the super chat. Has the music labels upset Mr. Murdoch? I don't know. Probably. Who knows?
Yep.
Okay. Did you know that Ali Carter predicted the fire months ago? And did you see the missile-looking thing from the sky that apparently ignited the fire? No, but I did hear one of the fires ignited from like someone's back garden. Right? I'm just saying.
Can we talk about Ali Carter?
Well, I'm not really involved in the Ali Carter right now. That's a whole different show, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because this I want to chat because there's some things we need to chat about.
Yeah. So much.
It's all getting a bit mad, mate.
It is getting mad every freaking hour, it seems.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm here to talk about it, but it might not be here. But we'll definitely talk about it. Also, as well, if I don't know if I can announce that. Hang on a second, Ron. Please, can you get Bev to do a survey of the Chiltern Firehouse? I can't help but feel that place is special. Okay, right. Hang on a second. This is what we do with this. We take pictures, right? Because Ron ain't going to remember that. I've got one from the other.
Absolutely not.
Because Ron ain't going to remember that at all. All right. There we go.
I've got a screenshot, Ron. I can send it to you.
Yeah, nice. I've got a photo too. I'll just send it straight over to Bev once we're done here.
Good.
Yeah. So again, panel members, Murph, how do you feel all this is all going to play out? Do you think that Simon, in this case, there's just
Mr. UK?
Well, yeah. Well, specifically about this interview, right? Do you think that we're going to see anything else come from this? Do you think that certain people are going to be upset or worried? Because it isn't, we're not talking about the level of anything that Mr. USA is facing. This is, but one person did say a very good point, right? This is a RICO case in America, and there is other people allegedly from overseas involved in it. Do you think we're seeing the pretext being laid down here by the media to soften the blow if something was allegedly to happen to anyone in particular? No one specifically. I'm not being specific, just anyone in particular. But you know what I'm saying, Murph? Let me hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. And don't forget that these people that we're talking about also have dual citizenship. So they have American passports, which means that they can be extradited even if they try and leave the country. Do you know what I mean? So, I think it depends on how much the media pulls up on this. Or are they going to? Are they too big for the media to, are the media being gagged from talking about such people?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I think that the whole thing with the Didosphere, that he's been laid down as a scapegoat, and but I'm not saying he's innocent by any stretch of the imagination, but they needed to get rid of somebody because this was all coming out. It was all going
to
and it's like a domino rally now, isn't it?
I just want to say, how dare you? This channel is not a mess. I know somebody else with love in their name whose life's in a bit of a mess. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to shill in a good way. All right. So there's going to be a lot of worried people. Wake up, music industry. Right now, talking about right. Yeah. KP. There's
something comes from it.
Yeah, KP in AZ, fully on board with what you're saying there. But it's one of those things, man. It's YouTube is mental. Okay. Don't you think this is all connected?
Oh, absolutely.
Talking about the hypothetical situation of the possibility of the Didosphere and certain individuals in the UK possibly allegedly having any links or ties, maybe yes. Okay. That's my YouTube algorithmic answer. This is bigger than the entertainment business. Correct. Do you think any of those who are behind this, and I mean businessmen and bankers, will come out? Nah. I can't imagine so. When was the last time we actually seen somebody with, even remotely close to a bloodline actually have to face any consequences? You know what I mean?
Look at Ghislaine Maxwell. She's been convicted of trafficking to the wind. Who was she trafficking to? They will never. Only the small player will fall.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think they're for want of a better word, I think they're. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say the word that I want to say, but I think they're giving somebody over in order to save themselves.
Yeah, could be. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, right? Save themselves from what? From okay, the big federal case. Yeah, it must be. So it must be the fact this is a federal RICO case. That's the difference here.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm
saying. I'm just choosing my words carefully.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, nice one. I'm posting my email just now. Apologies, you're getting an error message. I imagine I've not done something that I need to do. So if you're getting an error message, I do apologize on the website. Love to all this channel. Yes.
Yep. As well, Ron, though, is where did where did UK Man come from? Where did he come from? He just came out of nowhere one day.
Yeah.
The only people that he'd been successful with was Robson and Jerome, the Teletubbies, and WWF superstars.
Wow.
And Sunita. They were the only people.
But Sunita was legitimately, she put out some bangers, right? And I imagine
but he wasn't her manager, he was her boyfriend.
But I mean,
He started off. He's told the story himself. He started off as the guy that delivered the mail in Sony offices.
Yeah, Sunita's another one. I didn't want to bring her into this. Well, I'm not that I'm criticizing you for doing so, but I mean, if we bring her into this and we start examining that lady, we are going to see me say things like maybe she has knowledge of things, and we're not quite there yet, if I'm being honest. Have you seen all the stuff in the stories coming out about Tom Cruise lately? One saying that he lives off working man's salary. Some things going on there, in my opinion. You got to remember, Tom Cruise is a big part of the old Church of Scientology. Has had a pretty interesting run-in with how his wife's review their time with him. Thank you for bringing up my channel and subscribing. It's my fan code Dream Come True donation to Nova's Nappy Fund. Do you think the UK Man will? Nah, I don't know. And you know what? I just want to reiterate: no crimes against the man in the UK. Absolutely none. There's some lawsuits and things like this. We're discussing this opinion. So at no point can we compare the two, because one is a federal RICO charge, one is a man talking on a podcast. Do you see what I'm saying?
And did Mr. UK piss off the higher up like Mr. USA by going after Cyrock?
Well, here's the thing. We're not seeing any comparison between the two cases. There's just some people in both stories that are very close together. We have had that run-in with Liam Payne, who had told that story about Diddy. We've had Simon Cowell saying that he's building a lavish barn on his property for A-list parties and all the rest of it. There's a lot of things that sound similar. There's a lot of things that sound horrific, okay, especially when we start looking at some of the cases that we've already looked at. But does any of it amount to anything other than whispers? No. But is that not what they said 15 years ago about certain individuals out in Hollywood?
Exactly. Because the thing is, I don't think Mr. USA would be in that situation if he had not gone after his higher up.
Oh, yeah, Kim
Exactly
West
like
was-
so if Mr. UK was to go after his higher up, I think that suddenly we would be hearing a lot of things exactly like Mr. USA.
Well, here's the thing. Again, I just want to reiterate, very different situations, but very similar situations in context, industry, people that are involved. But again, we just have to be very, very careful. I just need to reiterate. Yes, I have.
But don't
yes,
you but don't you
yes.
believe, Ron, that the reason why Mr. USA is on this whole situation is because he went after his higher up?
I think I agree with you up until the point of reason for annoying the higher ups. I definitely think he's done something, but I couldn't
What-
tell you what, if that makes sense. So I imagine
What-
that he's definitely wee-weed.
What
in
about the
some-
alcohol? Remember
Yeah,
his
I think if you take on a $50-odd billion like monster company, like you better have receipts on. In fact, you better learn to be a lawyer, right? You better go full Katie Weasel style. Learn to be
Yeah.
a lawyer, and take on the case because
exactly, because those are the higher up I'm talking about. Because that's also what happened, maybe supposedly to Mr. I will piss on you, PPP, you know?
yeah. It's just
There
another
are
one.
rumors, but
It's rumors, yeah.
Mhm.
It's one to keep an
But
eye on.
do you not think that it's all made to be rumors? All of this different stuff that's coming out is all distraction for something.
Exactly. That's one of my thoughts are sorry, Murphy. One of my thoughts are that the families they're at war, and each one has to put out the representative for each faction. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. There's a war going on.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Have I heard of Anne Green's case? No, I'm just Googling it. I'm terrible with names. I'm also getting attacked by my hair here.
Not heard of that either.
Yeah, it's bringing up Anne of Green Gables hardback box set. So give me some more stuff give me some more keywords to stuff in there if you can. Okay, don't forget it was an Australian X Factor winner who does a massive 5-hour podcast about Illuminati. All right, okay, 1 second, please. Australian X Factor winner Illuminati. Oh damn.
Was it the same person or a different one?
Nah, it's a proper like rock looking dude. X Factor winner reveals world's secret religion. Let me just fire this up on here. Yeah. So we've got this guy here. Interviewed today on emotional breakdown, money and relationships. Can you Pearl, can you confirm this is the guy that you're talking about? Listen, I'm not being funny. Still me. That name you've just dropped, it's going to be getting dropped soon again in a project that I'm working on, and it's going to upset a lot of grandmas out there. Okay. Okay, so right, did you say that was the right one? Okay, interesting. All right, yeah, I'll do my best to absorb the 5.5-hour podcast. But let me put it on in the background. It wasn't Nigel Little, it was Paula Abdul went after. It wasn't. And wasn't it Nigel Lithgow that Paula Abdul went after Pop Idol? I don't know. Let's find out. Wasn't Paula Abdul? Okay.
Well, Nigel Lithgow just disappeared as well. He just disappeared. He was mega famous at one point in this country and then just disappeared.
Well, I mean, here's
Paula Abdul has accused an American Idol producer of sexually assaulting her when she was a host on the competition show. The Grammy winner filing a lawsuit Friday in Los Angeles. CBC's Albert De La Talla joins us now with the details. Albert, so what more can you tell us?
Well, Tricia, the first allegation here dates back to the early 2000s. That's when Paula Abdul was a judge on American Idol. And the man she's accusing is Nigel Lithgow. He was a producer on that show. She also accuses him in the lawsuit filed Friday in LA of sexually assaulting her after she left Idol and moved to another show involving Lithgow called So You Think You Can Dance. The lawsuit details some of the allegations and a warning that this does include some descriptions of sexual assault. It says that they're
going to get me demonetized. Too many words. But I mean,
so for those that don't know, just a background on Nigel Lithgow. So before Simon Cowell came on the scene, Nigel Lithgow was the first mean judge over here on a series we had before Pop Idol called Pop Stars, where they were putting a band together.
Yeah.
Called Hearsay, and he was the first nasty judge, as it were.
Okay.
And then when Pop Stars finished, then Pop Idol came along, and then Simon Cowell took over his role. So they're real good friends.
Interesting. You're an interesting. You're going on my pub quiz list. Mark. You seem to have a lot of like random facts in your head about stuff.
Oh, I do, mate. ADHD, mate.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Have you looked into Max Clifford? We actually spoke about Max Clifford earlier in the show because, again, not our opinion, not fact. The allegations from this podcast stated that this party with the buffet was held by Max Clifford and Simon Cowell. Those are the names mentioned, not our opinions, but certainly we were just discussing what was discussed on that podcast clip that we've seen. But yeah, Max Clifford passed away in prison after being sentenced for crimes against women victims as young as 15. Not a nice guy. All right. Not a nice guy. So
not right at all.
Excuse me. Okay, so there was a few more questions that I managed to collate here. Oh no, I didn't. I already answered them all. Make sure you get your questions in. What I'd like to do, we're in the last sort of half hour of the show, and I'd just like to sort of throw out to the panel members if there's anything that you want to just discuss within this whole realm of topic before we sort of wind down the chat. Maggie, I tell you what, Maggie, is there anything that you want to bring to the table? And then I'll cut back to our Discord panel members.
About Mr. USA?
Yeah, let's jump into the Didosphere. Let's close with I'll tell you what, you can chat and I'll pull up a headline for us as well. We'll treat ourselves to some headlines. And whilst you're talking, we will get our live updates from
Oh my god, yeah.
I mean, wild, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's wild.
That's wild.
What happened?
Do you know what's crazy? Do you know that there's a species of tree, right? That will only release its seeds to plant more trees if the tree catches fire.
Dear Lord. Wow.
Is that not crazy that a forest that we see as this unnatural, and I'm not talking about your houses being burnt down on your beachfronts. I'm not talking about the loss of human life. Okay. I'm saying out in a forest somewhere, there's just a fire. And over time, nature has learned that this fire happens so often that we're going to evolve in a way that we only release our seeds when we're burnt, so that after we're burnt down, we know that we can repopulate the burnt down land with our seeds. Is that not is nature not mad? Right? I mean, I'm sorry, that is mad. That's up there with the orchid that only exists because a moth exists. And if either of these things didn't exist, they would die. Because the moth's got the longest tongue to pollinate this type of orchid. Nature as well. I can't even remember what I was asking you to talk about, Maggie. I've gone off on a side quest.
We were talking about Mr. USA, and then we looked at this and we were traumatized by the power of nature.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Don't
Well,
even worry about it because
I'm
this
not.
is scary to look at.
It's very scary. It's very
That's
scary.
not nature. That's not natural. That was deliberate.
Okay.
I was going to say, Queenie, I was going to say that there are rumours allegedly that somebody.
opinion, I don't believe this is got nothing to do with any climate changes. Anyway, I don't believe in that. That's
Do you
my
know?
thing.
Do you know what's
So,
crazy? Do you know
okay.
what's crazy, Queenie? Right? I've
Yeah.
I've went out into the woods and started a fire with a bottle of water. Right? A
Yeah.
bottle of water, clear water. The sun at the
Mhm.
highest point, midday, and you use the
Mhm.
bottle of water like a magnifying glass to
Mhm.
set your tinder on fire.
Attract
So,
it,
so
yes.
there is proper mental ways for humans to leave litter about. A broken glass bottle for a start can cause a wildfire because the sun
Yeah.
can hit it and it can refract. It's bonkers, right? When you consider how much crap we as humans have thrown on this planet. That, sure, I imagine I would love to hear the conspiracy theories about all of this, but I'm just saying we're just a manky race that leaves a lot of crap lying around. And I'm not saying that there's not a conspiracy here, because there probably is. But man, when you've lit a fire with a bottle of water, your mind goes to a bit like, oh, okay, so we're probably causing a lot of fires. All right. So yeah. But anyway, again, side question. Big shout out to anyone that this is affecting, by the way. It's very easy to sit here and watch the devastation of an element just consume the frailty of man, shall we say, mankind, womankind, humankind, whatever freaking way you want to put it. It really puts in perspective how inferior we are to just any of the elements. Things are too loud, dunzo. Things are too wet, dunzo. The wind's too much, done, mate, absolutely done. Too much rain, done. Fire, dunzo. It's wild.
Well, we can feel that way if it was all done naturally, Ron.
No, sure.
That's how I
So there's
feel.
definitely some of them. Okay, Queenie, I want you to give me your best Reddit, craziest theory behind why the fires have started. Take me through it all. Is it another distraction? Give me it, Queenie.
Okay.
Give me it.
You know, even the false hurricane the other day down by, is it in Carolina, one of the Carolinas? Where was it? Oh my God, I don't even remember now. But those lands, they've got lots of minerals and stuff that they want to get rid of people. They didn't want to sell. That's one thing. Where all these prime places that are burning is where they want to do their little 15-minute cities, that they're closing half the roads in California, getting people to ride their bikes. Yep.
You know, if I was going to build a 15-minute city in California or anywhere where these fires were breaking out, I would be doing it under a big bit of land called the fire blanket, right? Where there's just nothing dry. Okay. There's nothing that can be burnt. Everything is just dry. There's nothing, because this is wild. And the hurricanes are scary. The fires are scary. But this is just normal. This is like every year in America. It's like, okay, we're burning again. Oh, okay. Going away again. It's crazy. I mean, I'm not writing it off as something that just happens naturally. Don't get me wrong. But it seems to be like, was there not a guy on an island and then a big fire happened and some stuff burnt down? Is there not a guy in court right now who's got some properties that are in California? I'm just saying, it's super sus.
Can I just say, Ron, that I don't think there's such a, I know it's one of your favorite phrases to use is let's go all tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
I don't think there's such a thing as a tinfoil hat anymore. I don't think
Yeah,
thing
but
anymore.
when you're speaking algorithm, you can never have too many tinfoil hat analogies. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It's aluminum now. It's not tin anymore.
Thank
we're
you.
not using tin.
Yeah. No, I know exactly why you say it, but what I'm saying is everything that everybody said as a in inverted commas conspiracy before is all coming to pass, and we're coming to learn that it's actually truth. It's not conspiracy at all.
How bad does it have to be in Hollywood that the guys have all sat down and just went, burn it all? We're just going to burn it all, right? We're just going to burn it all, right? Can we get a vote?
Oh my God.
Can we get a vote, please? Can we get a vote from the Bloodlines on just controlled burn of all the evidence? Can I get a vote, please? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Motion passed. Bring me the launch button, Jeeves. And then boom. I almost knocked the internet out again. I do apologize. I'm getting too carried away here. I'm doing the Italian hand talking. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
Oh dear.
yeah, it's good to be back. All right, I feel good. I feel good in my new environment. Okay, listen, Maggie, what do you think of the lights? Huh? What do you think of these lights?
Turn it all down.
Listen,
Get
listen,
rid of
look.
They're
all.
really cool. They're really
When I'm
cool.
when I'm talking, Maggie, that's when they're reacting. And do you know what? Just because Maggie didn't see these yesterday, do you want? I'm going to show you. We're going to nerd out for a second, Maggie. All right.
Oh, you got to see these lights, man.
Okay, so this is them on 1%. Okay, also I'm going to put it on this one, right? We'll bring the camera up a little bit. I need to lower them a little bit, right? But look at them on 100% power. Look at this shizzle. It's wild.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. I'm very pleased with myself. So we'll put it on floating mist. That's a nice one. All right. So I just want to say again, anyone who is being affected by this, anyone who's been affected by the fog as well, because I feel like the drones happened, so they whipped out the fog. Now the fog's out of hand, so we'll whip out some fires. And it's just like, what's next? What's next, mate?
Destruction, destruction, destruction.
Yeah, I'm with you. What do you think, Maggie? Distractions? And if the distractions are distractions, what we're being distracted from? Let me hear you.
Everything. It's really how I feel. I'm confusion.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. Like I'm the same. I'm the same. Like
I just feel like everything is a distraction from a distraction from a distraction, and at the end, I don't even know what is reality. What are they trying to distract us from? I don't even know anymore.
Well, that's it. Like Queenie, it's easy. Let me put you on the spot here. Right? Let me put you on the spot. So I'm going to press you. I want to give you your top 3 listings of what you think.
Okay, before you ask the question, Ron, remember ages ago I told you that how I feel about certain things that's been happening, but certain things that I don't want to say online. But you carry on. Ask me. I'll know how to say what I want to say.
I just want to
Carry
say, I accidentally put that comment up on the screen and then caught what it said, and I was just like, no, wrong kind of lights for a start, you little rascals.
Oh yeah, carry on.
So yeah, listen. The question is, right, and I'll go through all of you. Give me your top 3. Give me your top 3. Give me your top 2. Give me your top 1. What are we being distracted from?
Agendas that they want to accomplish. You've got the 2021, 2025, 2046, 50. I don't remember 56 or whatever it is. All these things are aligned. If you go and read their manifesto that they put out, whatever they show us, the little bit that they want us to know, you can add it all up together and put them all together, and you can see.
Yeah.
There's evidence of all these things. My opinion. Yes. So everything they send, as Maggie just said, this distraction to take away from that one, because last week some crazy woman was in the news with some crazy food that she's trying to cook. Now they divert us to some fires. No, it's just so much different things. There was killing there. The week prior, there was drones and everything in the sky. It's just crazy.
It's a madness. Here's an interesting one from Derek D. Jones, Derek D. Jones Jr., PhD. Is communion a part of the rituals in the dark world? No shame to Christianity. I just want to know why we drink the blood and body of Jesus metaphorically. That's a really interesting question.
That's a really good question.
Also, as well, are you not technically Dr. Jones, Derek? Right? So, because if so, I'm just going to refer to you as Dr. Jones from now on, okay? And assume that the hat you're wearing in that picture is an homage, okay? Is an homage to Indiana Jones, okay? Which is probably not. But I'm going to call you Dr. Jones, okay? I'm sorry, but that's who you are now. So it's a really interesting question because, yes, I am a medicinal biochemist. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. All right. My email is in the description somewhere. We need to connect. All right. I'm just saying. It's a really interesting question because Beverly raised the point that for centuries, for millennia, we were given a choice at death that you could reincarnate or go to your heavenly body. And it's interesting to me that since the big three religions came out, we were really pushed to favor just going to heaven. You know, you're not reincarnating. This is all heresy. It's all witchcraft. And it seems to me that if you choose to reincarnate over and over again, this is where people have this residual memories, this DNA, this feeling of something else is going on. I call it residual. You can call it forgotten knowledge, whatever you want to call it. But it's interesting that I believe it takes the knowledge of 1,000 lifetimes to defeat the evil that's coming. And we've been so proactively pushed into not coming back and not creating these souls with this enriched.
So they can win. They think they'll have the numbers to conquer the good bit.
Yeah,
Yes,
effectively.
Yes.
So
I am a
So it's
thing
interesting
too,
when we look at what Dr. Jones has said here about the metaphorical eating of the body and the drinking of the blood, because when we actually think about that, if we take the whole Jesus story out of it, every story that we've ever heard in our life, other than those poor guys that crashed in the Andes or wherever it was, the Argentinian football team that had to each other to stay alive, every other sort of story about that does not end well and is not a positive outcome. And I'm not saying that the guys that the Argentinian football team they lived, okay, as a positive outcome, okay. Nobody was unalive. Everyone was already unalived and frozen, but when they went at it, all right. So it's a different thing, but it's a very really.
So they say, Ron. So they say.
Oh yeah. So there's like 12 unalive guys in the snow, and Queenie's like, nah, mate, I'm taking you. You sat behind me on the whole flight. Okay, and you're sitting there with your rustling bag of this and your rustling bag of that with your knees in the back of me. You're going in the pot, son. Other than Queenie, right? Just malkying people on the mountain and sticking them in a pot. There is a difference, but it's an interesting question because, like I say, in every other scenario, we're not willing to line up, kneel, and be fed the metaphorical blood and body of Christ. It's an interesting point. I'm too dumb to really go further into the debate than that, but that is the way that I'm going to frame it to make myself sound smarter than I am. So yeah, any more questions? Get them over to us. But Maggie, I'm going to come back. In fact, Murph, I've neglected you. Murph, what do you think the cover up is? What do you think the cover up is? And you can go as crazy as you want with this. What are we being distracted from, Murph? What are we being distracted from? Fires, right? We've got fog, we've got drones, we've got missiles coming out of nowhere and starting fires. We've got a triggered Queenie. What are we being distracted from, Murph? Hit us.
Well, all I can think, right, is that when there's been distractions before, it's been a cover-up so that people can, so governments can pass legislation on stuff without people knowing about it.
Interesting, yep. But they usually just invade somewhere, right? Or there's like a presidential scandal. This is a pretty big. And I tell you what, Murph, I agree with you. But there's usually like one thing, right? There's usually like one thing. I mean, get accused of, doing something with Monica Lewinsky. You want a distraction? Oh, let's nip over to Iraq. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying it's how things look sometimes. So
yeah, but even Beverly's been saying that 2025 is going to be the year of revelation.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you know what I mean. So there could be many things that they're trying to cover up.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
If you stop at the tree and look up, then people will stop and look up with you just because they're distracted and they go, oh, what's he looking at? What are they looking at?
Yeah.
And it's that kind of thing. So it's like, look here, look there, look the other way, but don't look over here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The old shimmy, the old look at the shiny. Yeah, the old switcheroo.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to find out what if I'm correct in saying that.
Yeah.
Then interesting to find out what legislation is being passed whilst we're looking the other way.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, the Davos thing will be happening in a couple of weeks' time, and they're trying to renegotiate with all the members because a few of them have suddenly left and a few of their cronies have resigned. So
Okay.
they're in a little bit of a downward spiral. So they're trying to do everything to kind of distract us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So they
Yeah,
can get back on track.
All right.
I think that the other explanation could possibly be, as a couple of people have said in the side chat, is because this conversation is going on about, you know, just in the US alone, right? So allegedly there's 500,000 kids missing, right? So
yeah.
what better way to try and distract people from that than to say, oh look, we've got aliens.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's true. That's true.
Do you know what I mean?
The aliens thing is probably the only thing that would make most of the world stop in their tracks, even if we were 2 steps away from taking down Hollywood. I think we would all be like, okay, wait a minute. I'm not saying that we wouldn't care or we would lose interest. I'm just saying freaking aliens landing is a big distraction. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. And
You know
and
what I'm
that's
saying?
what we see them doing is they're using one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other to try and distract us from the previous things that they've been talking about. So especially because recently YouTube has blown up, as we know.
Yeah.
You know, people have turned away from mainstream media and they're turning to YouTube, and people are talking about their truth and what they're finding out, and you know, stuff that's been going on which won't ever get reported on mainstream media.
Yeah.
So they're trying and now give you a different distraction to talk about on YouTube than the one that you're currently talking about, and then they'll give you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it follows from there.
Yeah.
Because it's been months now since I've really heard anyone addressing those missing young ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Because everyone's been so distracted with all the shenanigans that the others are coming up with.
Well,
put it this way: between the 20th and 22nd of December this year, or the year gone, there were 11 kids reported missing in Ohio alone.
Yeah. Well, listen, everyone, we are going to be taking a bigger step towards what we used to do, but it's in a slightly different way, reporting on some bits and bobs. The 2020, hang on a second, the 24th of this month, I'm hoping, new show, 10 o'clock UK time on a Friday night. Can't talk much more about it now. But a lot of you are going to be very happy with the results of this new podcast. And again, it will be worded exactly as it needs to be. And we will present things in exactly the way they need to be presented. And we're not going to allow ourselves to be weaponized with the algorithm, because we're smarter than that. All right? We're smarter than that. I'm just saying. But look, we're getting in the last 10 minutes, everybody. It's been a great show today. I just want to say thank you to Maggie and Murph and Queenie for all being here. It's been a great show today. The side chat and the mods in the side chat, you've outdone
I'm
yourself.
happy to
as
be
always.
back.
Yeah, good. Happy for you to be back.
Thank you for allowing me on as well, Ron. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, mate. You've it's about time. So you'll probably like I say, as time goes on, I want to, encourage as many people on Discord who have roles. If you're a villager or if you're a member, come and jump into the VC. Let's have a chat. Let's see how many more of you want to come on and have a little say, where we'll have a 20-minute section where pre-approved individuals can come on and have their say, because I think it's important. Shane has also been putting together a lot of stories and guests. I've got an entire email full of stuff from the end of last year that I need to go through and get back to a lot of people. So all of that is happening. Do not worry. It's just been letting baby Nova be born, getting into the swing of things, getting the groove going. Yeah, this morning I got up super early and got rid of the last of, we had 2 Christmas days and one of them was on the 3rd. And I swear to God, I can't imagine how much Amazon-related cardboard is in landfills, in recycling plants. It's just, it's wild when you think, okay, I'll just flat pack them all and then I'll stick them out on bin night. And your flat packing becomes like this. And then it's just been Christmas orders, studio orders, Nova orders, all this stuff. And it has just been a packaging arama. So I'm getting through that. Got up early this morning, got rid of a bunch of that, broke down the old desk, got that away, broke down the old coffee table, and then built the new dining table in the living room, which is super awesome because now I'm going to, once the stream ends, I'll take the hard drive through, set up the laptop, and I can sit and look after baby Nova while Dan has some time to herself. Because I'm trying to do the daily. Well, the new plan is, right? Get up in the morning, let those lovely ladies sleep as long as possible, then sit at our nice dining room table, have a coffee in the morning together, do all of the thumbnails and really easy stuff on the laptop through there, come through, do the daily show, and then the break between the shows, I'll go and fully take over from Nova so Dan can have some time. Then we're into the evening shows, and it's great. Dan for the first time. We moved Nova, and this is groundbreaking. We set up the baby monitor and put Nova in the other room while we chilled out in the living room and had some, just nice. We just watched some stuff on the TV for half an hour, and then that was Dan, man. The separation anxiety got way too much. Way too much, man. She was like, "Oh, I think she's wakening up. I think I'll just lie down with her up here." I was like, "All right."
Oh, that's so sweet.
So yeah,
are we gonna have a little Nova section then?
Yeah, Nova's almost due for another live appearance, and I'm waiting to set up all these lights because she loves staring at the lights. But we've only had little bulbs and things like this. She's going to lose her freaking mind when all of because these are the same. These react to sound and stuff like that as well. But these are getting rehung so that it looks like vines, and I've got a whole bunch of like leaves and stuff that are going to go into there. It's going to look awesome. And yeah, like freaking 2025, baby, get with it.
Can I just throw something in there?
Not yet. No, you cannot just yet. You can just shoot for a second.
Yes, I can.
I will not see. Yeah, of course you can. Just fire away, Murph, when you go.
No, I was just going to say I'm looking really forward to your spiritual stuff that you're going to do, and I just want the side chat to know that this is going to be an expense for Ron to be able to bring us this content. So
yeah,
you need. I'm going to repost Ron's link now and his Cash App and stuff like that is on there.
It's PayPal, but look, we're going to get to that because PayPal. Tomorrow we're going to trial and launch the whole new supporting creators donation system, whatever you want to call it. My Patreon's getting relaunched. There's a lot of stuff, but I need your money for other people. So February is when all that's kicking off for me because I really want to eat these peanuts, and it's happening at the end of this month. And we are working on a very famous dog, all right, to be part of this show. We're talking if Shane pulls this off, right, this will be one of the most.
I know who that is, Pete.
There's two. One of them we've already got confirmed, but the second famous dog we're working on. And if he gets this dog, where this woman uploads a video on TikTok of her dog, 25 million views, bam, just donezo, right? And me and Dan fell in love with this dog throughout her pregnancy, right? And I said, there's a few of us that have, and hopefully if we can get this done, we'll be laughing. But there's lots to come. I'm away to off and finish off this documentary, the occult documentary I've been doing, and we are working on a survivor story of a survivor who has been through the elites. She was part of those children that are taken and hunted, and it's going to be very much done anonymously because the names that are being dropped in this have never been dropped before, and this story needs to happen. So prepare yourself for that. But I'm very excited, and I just want to say thank you to everyone for being here today. Thank you to everyone for liking, for sharing. Thank you to Maggie. Thank you to Murph. Thank you to Queenie. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the side chat. Big shout out to the Sean Atwood family. And I just want to say, baby, it is 2025, and we're feeling groovy, and we're going to keep this groove continuing on. I'm telling you, funky lights. It's 2025. Let's go. So listen, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your support. I love you guys, and we'll see you all.
Okay, bye everyone. Have
Bye-bye.
fun.
You all later. Love you all.
Peace.